Hi, I'm Zine. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to take apart and clean the saxophone. First, you want to take off this little metal piece that hugs this thing, and you want to take off your reed and put it in your mouth before you put it back in its case, because I just like doing that. And now we're done with that, and now we have that. And you want to tell your parents to unscrew this because it's really hard. And you don't want to use this one. You want to use this one for this. So, and you also want to do 3 laps. And if you don't clean your saxophone, you'll get really sick. So we did 3. Now we put the hugger back on the thing and put this like case thing, and we put it back in there. And now we want to unscrew this. Once again, tell your mom and dad to do that because it's really hard to do that. And we want the small one again. And do this one for 3 times too. And now we are done with this small thing. And now we are going on to the big thing. Going on to the big cloth. You want to put the end that is not an umbrella. That's not the umbrella. You want to put the end that is at a point, like a bee stinger. Like a bee stinger. And you want to kind of want to get that down in there, and then you're going to flip it upside down. See, sometimes it might get stuck like that, but you just got to keep on going. And we're going to do this 3 times too. So that was our first, and this is the most important part that you clean. I'm not saying don't clean all 3 of them. You have to clean all 3 of them, but if you just clean those 2, see, and that's another problem. Sometimes it doesn't work. And you have to re-put it back in there. Didn't work again. And you know, if you struggle, you can always ask a parent, which that's what I did because it didn't come out for like 5 times. But now we're gonna go on to this cloth thingy. This really ain't like cleaning inside of it. You don't have to do this every time, but I would because sometimes you just like to have your saxophone shiny. Okay, now that that's done, now do not put it on that side whenever you're laying it down. You always want to lay it down on this side. So now we wrap this thing up. And remember, you can always ask for help. So now we put it in like that to where your trumpet part, I call it a trumpet part, is facing towards all your equipment, and your thing is, and your thing where you put that thing is facing towards that way, and the bottom of your saxophone's towards that way. And you can't just put your thing in like that. You have to fold it twice and then tuck it in. And that is all for today. See you next time.